Valley alone. And when this evidence of insanity was reinforced by other alarming symptoms reported in the papers, of brooding melancholy broken only by intermittent fits of rage and fright, he was relieved of his command. Superseded by Buell, he was sent to serve under Halleck in Missouri, where his fidgety manner and toxin-shrill dispatches presently served to verify the suspicions which had followed him from Kentucky. He appeared thoroughly demoralized. Stampeded, Halleck called it, but McClellan put it simpler, saying, "Sherman's gone in the head." In hopes that a few weeks' rest would restore his faculties, Halleck gave an indefinite leave of absence to the distraught Ohioan, whose wife then came down and took him home. Not all of Halleck's personnel problems could be handled so easily. As a sort of counterbalance to the highly nervous Sherman, he had another brigadier who seemed to have no nerves at all. The trouble with U.S. Grant was that, for all Halleck knew, he might have no brains either. There were indications of such a lack. Grant was a West Pointer and had been commended for bravery in Mexico, but since then his reputation had gone downhill. Stationed out in California, he had had to resign his captain's commission because of an overfondness for the bottle, and in the 7 following years he had been signally unsuccessful as a civilian. Commissioned a colonel of Illinois Volunteers, he had won promotion to brigadier by a political fluke, his congressman claiming it for him as a due share of the spoils. Since then, he had done well enough in a straightforward, soldierly way. He had not panicked under pressure, and best of all, he had worked with what he had instead of calling for help in each emergency. Aware of his unsavory past, however, Halleck could never be sure when a relapse might come, exposing the basic instability of Grant's character and leaving the Army commander to take the blame for having reposed the nation's trust in such a man. Despite his seedy appearance, he was 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed 135 pounds. One eye was set a trifle lower than the other, giving his face a somewhat out-of-balance look. He walked with a round-shouldered slouch, pitching forward on his toes, and paid as scant attention to the grooming of his beard as he did to the cut and condition of his clothes. Grant had proved himself a fighter, but that could have its drawbacks when it included, as it seemed to do in this case, a large element of rashness. Halleck did not want to be embarrassed by Grant the way Fremont had been embarrassed by the ill-fated Lyon, with whom, for that matter, in spite of his lack of surface fire, the 39-year-old Illinois brigadier had shown a disturbing degree of kinship. Wilson's Creek had come